Alright guys, here we got the Bee35, the one I built, and we got the heads up props on it. So these are racing props on it. I didn't have any Cinewhoop props, and I found out it's not as hard as I thought it was to get to everything. You just take this bottom off right here. You got 4 bolts right here, and you can access everything. And I stopped. I didn't mount my camera system to the bottom plate because I like being able to take that completely off and be able to work on things. And also, if you remove these 2 screws right here, the whole whoop frame comes off of it. So we're going to go ahead and put a DJI Action 2 cam on it and fly it around and see how it does. Okay, this is after flight review and my conclusion of what I think about this thing. I think it's really nice. I'm after looking at it and putting it together. It was kind of hard to put together at first, but if I realized all you had to do was put those standoffs in, and it'd have been much easier. It came together a whole lot easier. So it's not really that bad. Uh, as far as the build goes. Now the flight is awesome. It's almost like you're pretty close to flying a 5 inch, and so you got the power of a 5 inch and the stability of a small cinematic drone. Uh, it's got long flight time. The analog version, I wasn't too happy with the camera, and that was about it. I changed out my camera to another camera. Of course, you can get this in analog and digital. I would recommend getting this in digital if you got a digital system, but if you're going to get analog, you might have to change up that camera because the Speedybee camera, it wasn't that impressive to me. It was highly oversaturated, and it's got a lot of mounting points on the back here for all your camera accessory or your antennas and your receiver antennas. It's also got a link in the back here, which I thought it went to the walk snail, but it actually goes to your flight controller. It bridges your flight controller to the back here. They got every option available to go with this frame. Uh, they make a stabilization mount for your GoPro, and mine didn't come with that. So, and I don't think it needs it really. And then they also make a cooling converter for the bottom of it here, and I don't think it needs it also because you got plenty of air holes here to cool it off. And overall, it's really nice, and I'm glad I bought it. I bought all the parts to it. I did not buy the frame. The frame got sent to me, and I will put a chart on my honest review on what I think the rating of this is, and we'll come up with a chart rating for drones now. I've got one for motors. We'll do it for drones. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Okay, so we got to talk about this chart at the end here. The design of this drone is pretty nice. I'm looking at it right now, and it gives you a lot of options as far as accessibility of what you want to use for any type of mounting system for antennas on your video and everything. And on the bottom of the drone, it has one plate that you remove, and you can get access everything. It also has a plug in the back, so the design of this thing is really nice on how they made everything really accessible, and how everything just fits on this drone. It's unique and pretty cool. The quality of it, I mean, you literally have carbon fiber and this outer thick plastic frame for the whoops. And this thick plastic frame, you think it would weigh a lot, but for how thick it is and how nice it is, it's really good quality. So the quality is great. And it's got a cool little lip on the outside of this frame that you can put LEDs in, and I might be doing that. The stability, this thing flies like it's got it's assisted, like almost like you have it in some kind of mode, even though you're just flying in acro, because it likes to stay upright and fly smooth. So stability is nice. You also seen where I landed it on top, and we were playing around on that little building. This thing is pretty punchy, so it's got a lot of punch, almost like a 5 inch. So it's really punchy, and I was doing flips and power loops and stuff like that. You can't do that in a Nevada, and be comfortable doing that. You're always on the edge of your seat. With this thing, you're pretty comfortable doing flips and having fun with it. And with doing flips and having fun with it comes with efficiency. I was doing all that and having fun, and got 7 minutes of flight. I believe this thing is going to be very robust and durable. I flipped it a couple of times, never had a problem, and I've bounced it off the ground and haven't cracked anything. So I've done some hard landings. So I believe it's very robust and durable. If I do, I'm going to do a couple more reviews on this later on, after having it for a while. And if I find out otherwise, we'll change this chart in another review. So responsiveness, I really went fast around trees, around poles, and it's really responsive. You almost kind of forget that you're flying Whoop, and you start flying it like a freestyle drone, which it's not a freestyle drone. This is a Cinewhoop for sure, and that's a really great feeling to have, is to be able to fly it like that. And I think a lot has to do with the next category, which is weight. 300 grams dry weight with no battery. 300 grams is I mean, you're getting close to sub 250 range, and this is a big drone. I mean, this thing is probably pretty close to a small 5-inch race drone. So it's pretty big, and you can see it compared to a Vada on one of my shorts. So you can actually see the size of this thing. It's not a small drone, and you feel really great with the weight of it being that less. The cost of this is just crazy. It's almost phenomenal. $256 for an analog version, and I was like, okay, well, cool. We'll just buy the analog version and throw an 03 unit on it. Well, an 03 unit's are like $250. So you add 256 with $250. That's over $500, and you can get an 03 unit on this thing for $500. I don't know how they do it, because you're basically buying an analog drone and throwing an 03 unit on it for free. So as far as the cost to actually build it and put it on there, I know these things cost money to work on, especially if you're working on a bunch of them and sell them. So that's pretty cool that you can buy one of these things for $500 and have an 03 unit on it. I was really excited to see that. So the next thing is tunability. Now, I built my own and used the parts that they had online as the specs. So I built it to spec, and I threw my normal tune on it that I throw on most of my drones, and it sounded like a screaming eagle that was being choked at the same time. It was hard. I had to really do my research to find out how to tune this thing. I tried just stock pins and tunes and stock and my filters, and I had a hard time finding out how this thing should have been tuned, and I finally found it. I found a guy that went over his really fast, and so the tunability for this thing, you cannot just put stock pins and tunes if you flash it. So if you buy one, you need to really save and take a picture of what you got. That way, if you ever flash it, you don't do a diff or dump save. You'll have those stock pins and tunes to back yourself up on being able to fly this thing on 6S. I am going to put that at the end of the video here. You're going to see the pins and filters that I have, and that's it. If you watch this video and you built one, that's going to help you out a whole lot. So that was the only thing that was not easy, and which makes it a 9 over 10, which is a great freaking score. That's a really great score, and I recommend this thing all day long right now. And we're going to do another review on it. This is just the first long review on it. We're going to fly this thing for a while, and then you're going to see footage from it, and you're going to see a long-term review on it coming out. So subscribe, and if you want to support me on doing all this, I got a Patreon account. It's going to be in the description, where I can build you your own drone or give you a budget build that you can build a drone like this or any drone like this and be up in the air for really cheap. And I also have things.com is my 3D prints. You pay $5 and you get my 3D prints. And that's all of my 3D prints. You get the files for that, and if you want a 3D print, we can get a Discord together and customize your own 3D print, and you just pay for shipping and throw a couple of little extra dollars, and we'll get you your own 3D print for your drone. I had a hard time finding exactly what I want, and so I've been doing 3D prints for a while now, and pretty good at making custom 3D prints. And if you want one, we'll build you one. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. See ya. If you can hear me, make sure this is all matching. Every bit of this. The numbers and the sliders. Make sure it's all matching. Same here. You want every bit of this to match.